Last video I built a giant steel mill, but it was quite the resource drain, and while I'd love to jump right into making the internal systems, I think I'd be better off developing some new technology and resources first. That's where this building comes in. Today, I'm going to upgrade this factory with the Applied Energistics mod in order to cut back on lag and greatly improve automation with Create. By the way guys, quick community announcement, my friend Kevin, who I've done several videos with, including the first ever Create video on the channel, has been having a rough time with some medical stuff recently, made worse by long waits for tests with Canadian healthcare, and he's got a GoFundMe that I thought I'd shout out because he's trying to get enough funds to get a test done sooner privately to try and figure out what's been going on. If you got a little extra to throw his way, I'm sure he'd greatly appreciate it, and if not, even just checking out his channel and maybe dropping a sub would also go a long way. I appreciate you all. Let's get started. So there's a lot of things I need to do. Like, I need to work on the thing behind me, but there's some other like back-end problems, like food production and the colony, and also fixing the lag over here once and for all so that I can finally harness the massive power potential of my manufactory. And that requires ME systems. And I'm trying to figure out right now, am I making the upgrade video for that factory behind me so I can get rid of this lag? Or am I like working on other stuff? I guess you'll have to see what this video is when it gets uploaded, because I don't know yet. I'm editing now, and I know what video it is. It's the Automating the Factory video. Wow, the title definitely didn't give it away, but that's what I'm going to do. It's also going to come along with upgrading some stuff at the colony here. Couple things. I want to make this farm so I can get wheat and other stuff. I want to get wheat so I can get my cows getting bred more, because there's a cow hand up here, but there's no wheat. I want to make my Fletcher's hut, which I can build now, so I can automate fishing rods so that my fisher can continue making food for the colony. I have no idea how much they have left. They might be almost out. And I want to go get the pure Certus quartz stuff so that I can grow that and make a farm for that automatically. So I need to get some meteors. I know for a fact there is a meteor right here that I can get some stuff from. You can actually see it. Oh yeah, and I might just kill the wither right now as well so that I can get a beacon. Why not? Oh, this is so much better than I thought. I didn't think it would be this easy. That was one mag. Okay, I'm probably still gonna die, actually. Come on! No! No, no, no! Well, guys, if you want to kill the wither quickly, just mag dump with the Sturmgewehr and it will get annihilated. But make sure you bring golden apples. Here is my beacon, and I don't actually know where to put it. Would it fit on top of my roof? Yes, it would, in fact. Is it just gonna, like, ruin this island over here? Here, look what I did. I'm back on a copy of the world, and I found a setting to change tornadoes to not do any block damage at all, because I was getting really close to removing them. But now they do none, and I'm happy to keep them in. Rise and build stuff. It's time to build the Fletcher's hut. Everybody, aren't you all excited? Although I don't know if anyone is unemployed. I might need more people actually to run this place. Okay, so the Fletcher's hut's just kind of another town-looking building. This seems like a good spot because I'm trying to make a cool like street here. Already got a house, already got a courier's hut. This is the hospital. Good news, the Fletcher's hut is done. And the Fletcher, I'm gonna make you be able to craft fishing rods. Let's come over here. Done. So it's very important that I get more houses because I need more people to staff my stuff. I need more guards. I've started laying out more of the town here. This is the farm that's built now, but I don't have any farmers yet because I think I don't have any unemployed people. I just need more people. I need a lot more people. There's only like 20 colonists, which is not actually that much. Bunch of progress here, which I will show. We have these buildings here, which are both upgraded to level 3, so I think all of these houses here, well, no, this is level 3 as well. They're all level 3. Over at the farm, they are actually farming stuff now. Allegedly, he's harvesting wheat. My colony's gotten a lot of attention now to Give some attention to the lag factory. Essentially, that means let's start playing Applied Energistics, because I also want to use that in the steel mill. Where is it? Here is the cart assembly. Oh my god. So the first step is to go to fallen meteors and retrieve flawless Certus quartz crystals. So this stuff will grow Certus quartz crystals forever without decaying, and I'm going to transport it the same way I did mob spawners, using minecart contraptions. Yoink. So there were only 2 of these in this entire meteor. Maybe start by going to these unloaded chunks and see if I can find anything, because anywhere that there's unloaded chunks where I can make new chunks, there may be a meteor. Whoa, look at it. Whoa, this is cool. This is some old school generation. You get these big overhangs and these dark areas with the grass. This is awesome. Glad to see I stumbled across a terrain generator that brought back some of that nice old generation that slowly just disappeared over the years and became boring. If it were not for mods, I would not be playing this game, and let alone making videos on it. Oh yeah, look, see, there's a meteor right there. That's what I was hoping for. What we got? What we got? How many? Is it always 2? Ooh. Is that actually 4 flawless ones in one? Let's keep looking. It is with great displeasure to say that I did not find any more meteors. Big oof. The only thing I found though was this giant grotto that went all the way under a mountain for like 1,000 blocks or something. That was kind of fun, but it was not a meteor. So these are the original ones that I collected, and only the big crystals actually give you the crystals, which is the important part. So there's a couple things I need. The first is a crystal growth accelerator, which will vastly speed up the growth of the crystals as it suggests. And I also need a way to charge these crystals. So there's some things that I need, because we have to get into electricity, and there'll be better ways to do this later. But for now, I have to make copper spools, which are quite easy to make. I just have to make a rolling mill, which is just a little 1-block machine, and you run copper through it. And then I have to make alternators. Here's a rolling mill. So to make a bunch of copper wires, I just chuck copper sheets in there. Okay. Yay, alternator. Good. There'll certainly be an opportunity to make a real power plant in the future, but right now that's not really needed. It's kind of overkill. One side of these things takes in rotational power, the other side outputs electricity, and then you can move it around with wires and connectors, kind of like immersive engineering. Oh, so I can also put that directly next to that, and then I can do whatever I want with these wires, but this charger is charged here. Because I've already industrialized a lot, I have massive amounts of redstone and nether quartz already available to me for helping to make the fluix stuff. Here, look. That's one of the very important things, is you have to make fluix crystals out of Certus quartz, which is water, and then this stuff. Most of you probably know what Applied Energistics is. If you don't, it's basically just a way to digitize and centralize all of your item storage in one place, and then to interface with a massive variety of other machines and systems from other mods and Minecraft in general to move items around and then autocraft them. Which is what I want to do, because it should be a lot less laggy than belts. I need ME glass cables, which is quartz. So I need Certus quartz dust. Let's make some quartz fiber, and then quartz, redstone, and charged Certus quartz into the water. Nah, look at that. It magically turns into fluix. So I can then take that and get 4 ME glass cables. Quartz glass, growth accelerator. So the question is, does it need power or does it need an ME network connection? Uh-oh. Future me knows that it does not need a network channel, only power. But past me thought that it needed a network channel, so I decided to make a network controller, which required silicon, and then turning it into like silicon electronics, which is what you use the various press molds for. And then let me do the same thing with an engineering press with the diamond, and then hit it again. I add that, and then I add the redstone, and then I hit it with the hammer, and we get an engineering processor. Sick. Great. So, ME controller, sweet. And there it is, the very rainbow glowy unnecessary controller. Anyways, time to bring out my minecart contraptions and reform my pure Certus quartz into real blocks. Great, and so that's 5 flawless budding Certus quartz around this growth accelerator. So look how fast it's growing now. It's super fast. So how to do this automatically? Well, I actually kind of have a plan. Whether or not it'll work is a little bit different, but it involves positioning a smart observer facing some of the crystals set to only detect the fully grown crystals and then to emit a signal when it does. If I put it right here... No. So I orient it like this, and I put a clutch up here, and then I attach a redstone link to the side of it. And once I create the channels and invert the signal with the torch, when it detects a fully grown crystal, it will turn off the redstone and allow the deployer to break the crystal. Okay, what's it got? Oh, look, it's got stuff. It's working. See, look, it's gonna break it, and then it just doesn't show up, but it's got it. So I just need a way to get it out. I guess one of the easiest ways is with funnels. So give it back its pickaxe, and that its pickaxe. Great, now it should be in order. It should be mining the stuff, outputting it, and sending it down the hopper chain. So I've done a bit of research while I was somewhat unwell. Well, a little unwell. This video, like, I did select a quote-unquote easier one for me to do this week through just some IRL stuff going on. So I did take the opportunity, though, to do some research, some reading up on Applied Energistics systems, because I really don't know very much. I've used it before, but not even very well, and nowhere near its full capacity. And one of the first things I learned is that I don't actually need that controller. All I need is just to input energy into the growth accelerator, and then it's fine. So what I didn't understand is these things have their own channels. They come with just like 8 channels. I thought the controller was the only thing that created channels in the entirety of the mod. This is why I don't actually know. Anyways, let's move on and start turning this Certus quartz into some crafting components and also some like actual building blocks or resources for making ME systems. Let's start with Fluix dust. Let's start with charged Certus quartz. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, which probably won't be the best way to do that, just so you know. Not to mention I may still be slightly retarded from anesthesia a few hours ago. But here, storage drawer. I'm going to use locked-in partition storage drawers to handle all these crafting components, accessed via one single controller that the network can interact with. And it seems like a really good idea as well to set up an automation system right now for the different electronic processor crafting components that are not fun to make by hand. So to make silicon, the only option is Certus quartz gets smelted into silicon. Great, so silicon comes in here, then it gets divided into 3 outputs. Here, but let's see if this is gonna work right now. Right here, I'm gonna put my silicon, and it's gonna go here and get divided up. Nice, and then the new thing will get deployed onto it, and then it'll get pressed and be all good. Okay, I might have totally confused what I was doing initially. It's got more steps than I thought. So, technically it's 2 steps. 3 if you count the silicon. So, to make like a logic processor, it takes redstone, a printed logic circuit deployed on printed silicon. And the printed logic circuit is made in its own thing with 1 deployer and 1 press. And that's where you have the actual logic press template. So I added another row up here. So it's literally just going to fall down. But here, watch this. Give this redstone. And quickly filter that so it only takes printed logic circuits. After a small amount of encouragement, it starts working and producing logic processors automatically-ish. 32 formation cores, 32 annihilation cores. This stuff it's just crafting components, essentially. 2 storage buses. And 1 storage bus is gonna get hooked up here. I may need to make a subnetwork for this, because otherwise it's not gonna have enough channels to support. I'm now adding power to this network, and I'm gonna try to make it output to those 2 millstones where we can get crushed Certus quartz and crushed Fluix, and also to that charger that can charge the Certus quartz into charged Certus quartz. So basically what I want it to do is I want it to export quartz crystals. So let's see. Is it gonna do its thing? Yay, look, it put it in there. But it is not receiving power. Okay, there, now it's receiving power. Although that's not the way I'm gonna want that to be, but it's basically... Oh, it just took it out. Because it's working. Look, it's putting it in here. Wow, I'm something of a crafting maestro myself. All because I'm making a pattern encoding terminal. Because I'm switching over, I'm trying to make a sub-network. I don't know if this is even going to work. So here, this is actually the first look at the ME system itself. It's a pattern encoding terminal, but you can also see the stuff. It's just looking at the contents of these drawers here. And I should be able to request a crafting, but the pattern thing, but oh no, I can't. I'm missing some stuff that I don't want to build right now. I'll explain it later. So this thing, I'm just following like a tutorial on the wiki for automating of the fluix stuff. So it uses an annihilation plane and a formation plane to like dump the correct items in the water to make it form into the fluix. It has to do that with one of these patterns, which means I have to set up enough stuff to and connect it to this to actually be able to handle auto crafting requests, unfortunately. Over here, I'm gonna have a storage drawer wall of mostly crafting components, because I found a very easy way to just have basically item pipes. Like this thing here, it just is connected to export buses on those vaults, and then it uses a storage bus to just push it into the storage drawer controller. And if you come over here, you'll see that all that it is just an import bus, and just imports nether quartz until it fills up with 500 in the storage drawers. So we're importing quartz, we're importing redstone, and we're importing glass. Additionally, I moved the fluix generator down a little bit, but I still haven't tested it. And now that the millstone for making the pulverized Certus quartz is working, I can send it over to the furnace area, the lava area, and turn it into silicon automatically. Connect that, and it should start putting silicon there. Yeah, look, there it goes. Now silicon is being turned automatically into printed silicon. Oh, that works. There, look it. So it's fine on the other side of the belt. Thanks to subnetworks, things are coming together, and they're about to come together even more with these crafting computers, which is how I'm going to handle making the fluix. So I should be able to handle a craft now. Although it's not giving me an option to craft, which I don't like. Why? So I connected it directly to this, and now it's showing me the option to craft it. So let's see if it's gonna work. No, it's stuck. Why? That's gonna be a problem that I have to solve. But I also need to make it auto-stock this stuff. So in an ME interface, you can add a crafting card and then set it to try to pull that stuff into the ME interface. And if it doesn't already have it, it will craft it if it can. So that is one way of auto-stocking. Here, check it out. It's working now. And I had a really hard time getting these always sucked into the planes that would retrieve the items. They get stuck in the corners, but I have a fan and a redstone clock, so it alternates the motion of the fan and pulls them back or pushes them forward, and eventually it's gonna get it somewhere where it needs to go. Like, watch, eventually that thing is gonna get hit by the right fan direction. There we go, see? It sorts itself out and then resumes. The issue is if it doesn't detect all the items that it's supposed to make going back in, then it just sits there and won't do anything. So it has to collect every single one. Hence the fan. So now that fluix is automated, I mainly just need gold, diamonds, and wool to continue making the stuff, because everything from just Certus plus the stuff that's already in the factory is all good to go. You know what? I think I'm just gonna make an underground wool farm. One right down here. Here you go, guys. I'm gonna go get even more of you because I need a lot of sheep. It turned into... Whoa, no. One sheep made it. Another one didn't make it. Here guys, take a look at what I've done. So, I'm directly under the iron facility, the iron crafting park facility, which is right there. That's the iron transmitter. And it transmits the iron over here, and then we get shears, because I added this little thing to make shears. And so it will auto-reload the shears into this big wool farm. And it looks a little bit complicated, but it's not. It's actually the extremely simple wool farm, just with a auto-loader for shears. Down here, let me turn this up so you can see. Here, so you can see something. It's got just a minecart down here that goes back and forth, and it's got an auto unloader over here that doesn't do anything yet. Then it's got the it's the observer detected, observer triggered wolf arm. If I did everything right, I can put this here and it will pick up stuff. And then it will run off of rails immediately. That was intentional, 100%. And now the last thing it needs are the sheep. And I've actually got 64 different slots here, plus another 12 over there. So technically I'm gonna have 4 different sheep per color, although actually 16 sheep for white wool. Here, look at you, we've got wool. We've got 8 of the 16 colors going in now, in no particular order here, but all the sheep are in, which was really not as annoying as I thought. I actually thought it was gonna be worse. It didn't take very long. All I really need to do is go over to this controller and then put an import bus on it and then filter it for white wool and then shove it into the crafting storage up here where it can be accessed. And then I'll have everything I need to do the crafting recipes for covered cables, which is one of the last things I'm going to do in this video, other than coming over here and finish retrofitting all of these machines here. I can make the cobblestone farm less laggy using annihilation planes. I'm going to plan to do that and overhaul all of this stone automation here again, and also add a gold automation segment to it from the granite, because then I'll be able to automate the logic processors, which will be pretty cool. Of course, to do some of this, I'm going to need to set up a basic ME system above me as well. Here guys, want to see my first and amazing attempt at like a ME system to craft stuff? I'm sure it's the best that you've ever seen in your entire lives, undoubtedly. So I have 2 controllers here, and I probably don't even need 2 controllers. I just wanted to because I have 2 alternators. I think that looks kind of cool. And I've made some dense covered cables. I have a crafting terminal here, and I've hooked this up to the network so that I can see everything up here plus everything downstairs. I was just testing to see if I could get it to craft stuff using resources from down here, but then facilities up here and storage up here. So I was trying to craft quartz fibers, and I actually got it working. So I have 1 molecular assembler and 1 pattern provider, and then I have a crafting computer over here. So if you come over here and sort by craftable, I can go to quartz fibers and let's craft like 2 stacks. So the stuff is available, and start the crafting. So look, you can see it's ticking up there. We should be able to see it in the assembler itself. Yeah, look it. It is busy crafting. You can click on this and you can see the status of the crafting, and it's pulling the materials from down here. So if you look, you'll see the glass is depleted along with the Certus coarse dust. So that is actually working. The last thing I want to do is I want to implement the little stocking system. Okay, I think I found a workaround, or a better solution. Auto stocking that doesn't involve interfaces. So I saw that the crafting card can be used in other machines or other pieces in the interface elementer in the export bus, and I moved it to an export bus, and it seems like the export bus can ask to craft stuff if it notices there's room in here for something that can be crafted. Like, look, if I take out a bunch of these things, then watch what will happen. Look, it starts refilling it, and you can even set it to do not use stocked items, so it won't pilfer stuff from here to try to refill it or anything like that. So look, it just refilled it right back to 512. That seems way better actually than doing the interface. So I might even be able to come down here and swap this, because I was using this to stock Fluix. But if I take this out and I put an export bus right here with a crafting card, do not use stocked items, and export Fluix, that should cause it. Yeah, look it just made it start crafting, and it should dump it into here when it's done. At least that's, yes, it's dumping it in there, so I don't have to use a MF interface. Look at this, all it takes now is just putting crafting patterns into those molecular assemblers, and all of a sudden they start crafting. Wow. this is a lot better. I had no idea annihilation planes would be that fast, and I even enchanted them with efficiency, which only saves on energy consumption. That's so much less laggy. I rebuilt this, and it's a lot cleaner and smaller, and this also includes the gold automation. It's pretty slow, but it's working. We still have the granite, we have the andesite, and then diorite is back here. I moved most of the items around now with the ME system, so that's better. Everything that is being made is available in this terminal here. I have added some more stuff to be automated. We've got barrels, crafting tables, drawers, and drawer upgrades here. You should be able to watch these assemblers here. They should be doing stuff. Yeah, you can see the items up here. It's still working. It's still making those dense cables. But oh yeah, before I forget, a couple of videos ago, I mentioned that there were these 3 robin eggs that were in a nest outside my door. And then that was a couple of videos ago. I forgot to mention them in one video, but now I have a progress update. They have all hatched. There's 3 baby robins, although they're quickly increasing in size. I'll put some pictures up on screen. They're actually getting quite big now. I think they will probably be leaving the nest relatively soon. And I had asked for names for the baby robins in that video. And, well, somebody suggested 3 names that I could not pass up. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. I have to pick those. That is a great suggestion. Thank you guys so much. And I will continue to add an update. Like, I'll attempt to do it once per week. Probably by the time the next video comes out, they may be trying to fly. We'll have to see. They're getting very crowded in there. But anyways, I can't wait to automate even more stuff here and over in the steel mill with Applied Energistics. But until next time, thanks for watching. I've been Sbeev. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you guys next time.